Trial before Felix. 5 days later, the high priest Ananias came down with some elders and an advocate, a certain Tertullus, and they presented formal charges against Paul to the governor. When he was called, Tertullus began to accuse him, saying, "Since we have attained much peace through you, and reforms have been accomplished in this nation through your provident care, we acknowledge this in every way and everywhere, most excellent Felix, with all gratitude. But in order not to detain you further, I ask you to give us a brief hearing with your customary graciousness. We found this man to be a pest. He creates dissension among Jews all over the world and is a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. He even tried to desecrate our temple, but we arrested him. If you examine him, you will be able to learn from him for yourself about everything of which we are accusing him." The Jews also joined in the attack and asserted that these things were so. Then the governor motioned to him to speak, and Paul replied, "I know that you have been a judge over this nation for many years, and so I am pleased to make my defense before you. As you can verify, not more than 12 days have passed since I went up to Jerusalem to worship. Neither in the temple, nor in the synagogues, nor anywhere in the city did they find me arguing with anyone or instigating a riot among the people. Nor can they prove to you the accusations they are now making against me. But this I do admit to you, that according to the way which they call a sect, I worship the God of our ancestors, and I believe everything that is in accordance with the law and written in the prophets. I have the same hope in God as they themselves have, that there will be a resurrection of the righteous and unrighteous. Because of this, I always strive to keep my conscience clear before God and man. After many years, I came to bring alms for my nation and offerings. While I was so engaged, they found me, after my purification, in the temple without a crowd or disturbance. But some Jews from the province of Asia, who should be here before you to make whatever accusations they might have against me, or let these men themselves state what crime they discovered when I stood before the Sanhedrin, unless it was my one outcry, as I stood among them, that I am on trial before you today for the resurrection of the dead." Then Felix, who was accurately informed about the way, postponed the trial, saying, "When Lysias the commander comes down, I shall decide your case." He gave orders to the centurion that he should be kept in custody but have some liberty, and that he should not prevent any of his friends from caring for his needs. Several days later, Felix came with his wife Drusilla, who was Jewish. He had Paul summoned and listened to him speak about faith in Christ Jesus. But as he spoke about righteousness and self-restraint and the coming judgment, Felix became frightened and said, "You may go for now. When I find an opportunity, I shall summon you again." At the same time, he hoped that a bribe would be offered him by Paul, and so he sent for him very often and conversed with him. 2 years passed, and Felix was succeeded by Porcius Festus. Wishing to ingratiate himself with the Jews, Felix left Paul in prison.